Of Woodbine cross country, the champion of today's state qualifying meet here in Class 1A. Landon, just tell me a little bit about that race and kind of your overall thoughts.
Well, I mean, the start was a little weird. It was one of the toughest courses we've raced on all year. I mean, it's over 300 feet of elevation gain, so it's pretty tough for anyone, even if you're like the hills. But first 2 miles was pretty hilly, but I just kind of took it easy, rolled the first 2 miles. Ran with Colin, Lily, St. Albert's. We stayed together for the first 2 miles. First 2 miles, pretty solid. And then that last mile, it really gets you. There's like 3-4 hills maybe that are over 100 meters long. And those will really kill you. But you got to really recover on those downhills and stuff.
Yeah, what was the strategy coming in?
I mean, I don't know. I just want to compete today. I mean, I just want to qualify. I don't really care. I mean, I know Colin's a great runner. If I lost to him, I wouldn't be upset by any means. So I just want to qualify and get to that state meet, really do some damage with that state meet.
Does that help you with Colin right there with you for the first few miles? You guys pacing each other, does that typically help you?
Yeah, we push each other all year. We don't race for each other very often, but when we do, it's always a great battle. And there's a bunch of other runners that I race on a regular basis that push me every race.
You're headed. You obviously won this, so you're headed to state. But I believe you guys are headed to state as a team as well. So just talk a little bit about the team performance and how you guys prepared for this one.
I believe we got second as a team. We wanted to win, but one of our runners, I think our 4 or 5 runner, he was sick all week and stayed home. Today was his first day back at school, and it was pretty tough for him. I think he's a little down on himself, but we'll get him back up and we'll be ready for the state meet.
Talk about the state meet. You guys are obviously heading there next week in Fort Dodge. Just tell me your goals for that and how you're going to prepare.
I mean, I think we have a realistic shot at state title for a team side. We just got to have our best day on that day, and I want to bring home a individual title too, and both of those together, that'd be something special.
All right, Landon, thanks and congrats. Here with Coach James Smith of Woodbine. Coach, you guys second today, but you're still heading to state as a team. Really close race with you and St. Albert. Just talk about how you thought your team performed.
I thought we ran really well. We knew it was going to be a struggle. We'd never seen this course before, and the whole school seems like it's been fighting a bug. A couple of our runners have been sick, so we told them we want you to go out at a strong pace and just fight through the race and make sure you're positioned well in those hills and those tight areas where it's hard to pass. And they ran great. Our 6 runners stepped up, ran real well for us. Landon won it, running lights out. And I believe we had 3 guys who qualified individually, so real proud of them today.
Everyone I've talked to today said this is the hardest course they've ever ran. So just talk about kind of what the message to the team coming into this was.
I told them, hey, we've been working on pacing and we've been working on hills all year. So this course works for the way that we've been training just fine. A lot of the boys said it was hard, but it's actually fun because of the scenic route of it. So I think they handled it really well. I was proud of them. We put in a lot of hill work at the beginning of the season, and I think it helped them out here today so they weren't worn out for that last mile.
Talk about Landon's performance.
Well, that's fun. I wish I could have seen more of it. This course is hard to watch the whole thing, but when you're trying to cheer on all 5, 6, 7 of your guys, but man, he's just an incredible athlete. It's awesome having him on the team. He's got the work ethic like crazy, and he can run a pace exactly the way you tell him to and still have it in his legs for that last half mile to kick it home. So it's fun to watch, it's fun to see, and it's very nice that he's got to go up against a bunch of top 10 ranked kids all year between IKM, St. Albert's, and Heffernan at Dunlap.
Yeah, talk about the rest of the team. You guys were able to put 3 in the top 5 there. Just overall team performance, how'd you feel?
I was happy. I think that they handled themselves really well. Our outside goal is to get 5 in the top 10. I told them everyone wants to get in there, so it's going to be a difficult route. And our 4th runner today, he was just out of it a little bit as far as qualifying individually, but they ran real well. And it's nice to see our 3rd runner qualifying individually, especially seniors last year out. It's nice to go out with a bang like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are headed to state now in Fort Dodge next week. Just talk about how you guys are going to prepare for that and what the goals are.
Well, it's nice that the majority of the team have ran the course before, so We were there last year. We know what to expect, and we've been basically training for that meet all year. We knew that usually, no matter where we went, it's going to come down to us and one other team, so we'd be able to qualify. So we've been focusing on how to get out properly, how to watch out for the pace of that first mile, make sure we're not getting boxed in because it's going to be narrow. So that has been our focus for the whole year, is that meet right there. So I think our boys are ready. We're going to go in next week, do a couple more pace workouts so they know exactly what they need to be at for that first 1-2 miles, and then see what you got for that last one.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Here with Russ Sindelar, head coach of St. Albert Cross Country. Coach, your boys squeaked out a win today in the state qualifying meet. You're headed to state. Just talk about that performance.
Oh, I'm kind of speechless right now. Just from you saying that, it doesn't really register home. Boys worked tremendously hard this whole year. We came out last Saturday and walked the course, and I think that really gave us that advantage, top to bottom. This is a challenging course. I challenge any cross-country team in the state of Iowa to come out here and run this well. It's got humbling hills and then, big downhills where you feel like you're jumping off a cliff. So it's very exciting. I was very nervous all week and just told the guys, it's in their hands. All the training is done. And, I knew we were going to qualify for state. But I didn't expect the win. So they did it, and they just listened to the coaches. You
mentioned this was a really tough course. Everyone I've talked to today says it's the hardest course they've ever seen. Why were your guys able to come through in this course?
Well, we run a lot of hills around the bluffs, and the week before this, we went over to Iowa Western, and we ran the chip trail up there. It's uphill. It's about 800 meters, and the boys just nailed that. So I knew they were in great shape, and afterwards, coach can always tell after you put them through a hard workout. 30 seconds later they're joking with each other and they're not breathing hard. So I knew they had the physical training, and then just the mental ability to get it done was the end result.
Talk about Colin Lilly, your top runner, able to get runner up today. He's been dynamite for you all year. Just talk about how he ran.
Right. Well, Colin, he's kind of hard on himself. Rightly so. He gets it. He's a very mentally tough and physically tough runner, and he so much wants to be up there, but he just lacks that breakaway speed, and that kind of hurts him. So he's got to really run hard the first part, and it just kind of wears him out. 16:43 out here, that's a heck of a time.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about the rest of your team up and down the lineup. How'd you feel everyone performed?
Oh, everybody kind of keys off the first two runners, and the guys, they're a very tight group, and they just knew they had to get it done, and they gauged themselves on where they are from Colin. So they just got that done. That's a mental thing, and they just put aside the physical toughness.
Lastly, Coach, just talk about, you guys are headed to state in Fort Dodge next week. Talk about how you're going to prepare for that and what the goals are.
Well, completely different course. It's flat as a pancake out there, so I'm hoping the times will be low 17s, and Colin could break into the 15s. I know that's what he wants to do, and I think if that happens, things will take care of itself, and hopefully we'll be walking the deck out there.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations. Enjoy.
All right, thanks.